and welcome to my YouTube channel. Gosh, it just feels very weird saying this because me, no content creator, me, no influencer. I'm a very new person on YouTube. I have a very humble following of just probably 9 subscribers, a few of my family and friends, and some unknown people. I'm just assuming that whoever clicks on my video should find this valuable. This is my very first video, so I am super excited to record this. And without wasting much time, let me dive into it. I'm doing a content series on taking the 30 days soft challenge, which is a softer rendition of 75 hard. Please look it up on Google if you don't know. But this 30 days soft challenge series comes with a series of mini challenges that you have to do every day to become more consistent, more resilient, and more disciplined through your life. And I have documented everything through all my journeys through 30 days. I've started putting them out as shorts, and now I'm also going to put long form content on a weekly basis, which will be covering different concepts, different sections, and my experience that I went through during this challenge. So with that, this is the first video where I am going to be talking about the apps and tools that I use to keep myself on track and get me through this challenge. Quick note, I am cat sitting at this time and Leo is somewhere around. So if you happen to spot a cat, or if I happen to get Leo in the frame, then I should continue content. Like it's a sign that I should continue, and he's lucky for me, right? So keep an eye out. As a very simple saying, which is, I think it's a Chinese saying, translated in English means, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago and the second best time is now. For me, that tree is my health. And we all know that things like fitness, habits, discipline, financial growth, the skills you're developing at work, all of these are long-term investments. You will not see these results immediately, but they show up over time. Earlier, when probably I was a kid, I used to think and I could see that real health issues starts when you are in your 40s or 50s. That's when your body naturally slows down to gray, but that's a very natural process. It's inevitable. Your body will go through that. But now what used to happen at 40s or 50s, now I'm seeing a very different reality. This is hitting people in their early 30s and even late 25 or 20s also. I already see people of this age dealing with immense back pain, migraine, anxiety, low energy. I've seen my friends taking regular doctor consultations online, going to hospitals frequently, and we do joke about it. It's all good. You can see so many memes, there are so many videos out there which is like so relatable, and I'm totally game for that. But the thing is, if it becomes regular, then it's a concern. And I'm not saying that it is too late to fix things, but if you consciously see that it is something regular, you need to work on it. Please take control of these things. Now, for me personally, I think I've always been in a relatively good place. It's not because I've not had issues. I've had my own issues. I've always been on the plus side. I have experimented with my hair so much that the volume of my hair is very less. Like every time I go to a salon for haircut and all, I've heard all these things. Hey, dry hair, aap ye kara lo, aap wo kara lo. I've faced issues with my weight gain. No one has really bullied me, or maybe I don't remember, but I've gone through my fair share of challenges. But I have consciously always focused on different sections of my body through this time. Sometimes on my skin, sometimes on building muscles, sometimes losing weight, sometimes on my hair, sometimes just consciously seeing what am I eating, slowly understanding what are macros, why is strength training important, what is calorie deficit, which supplements are you actually supposed to take. All of these learnings have come with time, and thanks to social media, we have exposure to all of this content. And I feel like even though it's a very serious topic, taking up challenges, regimes, gamifying your life, gamifying this routine a bit helps you step into this very overwhelming process. And lastly, why it is important is because look at what's happening in the world right now. Like, it is bonkers, it is crazy. Like, I feel it is so surreal, but it's happening, right? We have to be in a very good mental state. Even if we don't have a fit body, we have to try our best to be in our best state, best position to tackle whatever comes our way, so that the quality of our life stays somewhere at least average, at least 60%, if not 90%, right? And our body is truly our home. This is the only place you'll have for the rest of your life. So why wouldn't you want to keep it beautiful, keep it, decorate how you would keep your home, like keep it clutter free, keep it clean, keep it where you would like to come back, where you can have a restful sleep. Guys, I have someone. I wasn't walking around. This lady dragged me here. I can't say I'm lucky or not lucky. She literally pulled me into the video. But look at him. He's so cute and he's very sleepy. I think he was going to drink water and I caught him. Okay, bye. Sorry. Bye. Let me tell you very clearly, Forget challenge and everything. Just following a healthi life, a conscious life, doing your meal preps. It is very expensive, it is time consuming, and it takes a lot of efforts. From far away, if you see someone following a simple routine, ki aa rahe, ja rahe, kha rahe, doing their steps, exercising, going to work, coming back, eating their dinner, sleeping well, sleeping on time, waking up and doing the same thing every day, that doesn't mean ki routine simple lag raha hai to piche backstage jo ho raha hai, that is also simple. It takes a lot of hard work, getting into details, and there's a lot of cognitive action that is happening. Did I do my steps? Did I work out today? Did I have 2 or 3 liters of water? Did I have enough protein? Did I have enough fats? All of this is just a part of your conscious living. At the same time, life is also happening. Your work is happening. Your relationship is happening. There is some other problem that you have to solve. If you have pets or if you have kids, you have to take care of them, their issues. There's just so much that happens, right? So whether you are staying alone or with people, in fact, this video is for people who are doing this alone. If you have zero support system, bus, mere house help, but you have no parents around, you are staying away from your partner, you have to take care of everything on your own. It is especially a little difficult for them. You don't have a cook around. Then these apps, services, and tools that I'm going to tell you will actually really help you. And after you get used to this for good 30 days, you can decide what to drop and what to continue with. So sit down, take notes. I'll also give some alternatives for what I use, and let's get into it. Of listing down all the apps, because my phone is there, which is helping me record, so I have made notes so I don't forget the names of the apps and tools I have to suggest. Okay, starting with this. When you get on a challenge that you have to do on a daily basis, have the plan in front of you, like physically on a paper in a table format, right? When I decided that I'm going to do this challenge, I sat with my Excel and Word doc at night around 9:30, and I got the prints from Blinkit. I was thinking I have to go to a stationery shop or I have to go to office to get this print, but I was like, nah, I don't want to depend on all this. And then I remembered that I can get prints in just 10 minutes from Blinkit, and now I think from Swiggy also. So I happened to get the print. I put it on my cupboard. It just made tracking very easy. And like I said before, reduce your cognitive action, like reduce the mental load of tracking this challenge. Even if you're doing it, keep the chart in front of you. The moment you're done with one of these action or two of these action, regularly keep updating it. This way you will not forget if did I do my steps, how much water did I drink, did I do my meditation in the morning, or am I yet to do. It helps you track. Next is tracking your steps, workout, health, and sleep. For me, I use Gabbit. I actually got this thing not for this challenge because I knew that steps and sleep is something I need to track regularly. Before I had Gabbit ring, I used to wear a smart watch that used to help me track the same, except for calories. I'm not sure, but I mainly used Boat's smart watch to track my steps. But it got a little annoying to sleep with the watch on because I sleep like this, sometimes like this, and the watch used to just be a hindrance. So I feel that this ring really helps because it's low maintenance, it's small, and right now I'm wearing a cover, but it also goes with the accessories I wear. I have the rose gold color, and the UI is also really good. So the app helps me track a lot of things. I can put my goals, I can put my weight, I can track my steps, I can track my calories, I can track my sleep, I can track my workout, and there are many more functions which I've not explored much. The only reason I did not use it to track my calorie deficit is because lot of calories for different kind of food and beverages are already programmed. So if I put something, say because during the challenge I have customized my food so much that putting that on the app and getting tentative calorie count was very challenging. So that's why I went with some other app which I'll come to after this. But when it comes to tracking your sleep, your steps, your workout, your heart rate, I think it's a great app and it offers a lot more. So if you want to start your journey, if not Gabbit ring, if it's a little pricey for you, I would say just start with any smartwatch, which is like a Fitbit or like Boat, or there are many other brands. So look it up on Amazon and get it for long term. For calorie tracking, I use this app called Journable. Okay, journal able. So Journable. It's so hard to say. I don't know why. I love this app. Very basic, simple UI, AI based app. I can take a picture of whatever I'm eating. It will analyze and it will tell you what all you've had, even how much gram, the quantity, everything. It was quite spot on, to be honest. The best thing I liked about this app is that, say in cases it misinterpreted some portion of my food, I can go back, edit and make it okay and make it exactly what I had. And in the same app, I can also put through my day's journal, I can also put which workout did I do, HIIT, did I do, easy cardio, did I do yoga, or did I just did 7K steps, 10K steps. As per that, it used to decrease the calorie, at the end of the day, it used to show me the exact deficit. So that is also why I really like the app. And you can also track your water and your weight. through this app. I personally didn't use it because for water I had my own system, I had my own chart of how to drink water. I didn't really use any tracker for that. And weight also, I have my weighing machine at home. I used to take my weight every day and I used to put it on that plant that's on my cupboard. In my videos I've started recording it much later, but I used to take weight every second or third day. And like I said, this wasn't to lose weight, and the weight loss was actually very slow, but I could feel that my inches are like, I'm reducing my inches. But yeah, anyway, I use this app only for calories. Yeah, to track calories. Hello, what is this change in angle, you ask? Well, I made a small blunder, which is I finished recording the entire video. I was just going to rest a bit and I realized that I didn't talk about my workouts. For my workouts, I use the Cult app. I had their elite membership, which gave me access to both their gyms and group classes. But for this challenge, I mostly went for the group classes, and there are a couple of reasons why. Because number one, it gives me a lot of variety of sessions and different variety of sessions. Like it has strength training, it has cardio, then there is HRX, and there is boxing, there is yoga, there is dance. But I mostly stuck to strength, cardio, and HRX because I was focusing on getting little muscles, which I don't know if I did, but I definitely feel stronger. Another flexibility is that of timings. Okay, so on busy work days, I used to go for late workouts, which used to be at 8 or 9, and the day it was lighter or on weekends, I used to book early evening or early morning sessions, which used to give me more time in the day. Third is I feel like the value I'm getting for more than what I get in just gym access. And gyms are much more expensive also. In this I get access to gym. So that is why I chose Cult, and they also have some home workout videos or just workout videos, which I don't use a lot again. But you don't want to spend on a subscription or you don't want to get a membership for a long time, just get an app. There are many free apps. There are many apps where you can pay a very minimal amount, and those are like 30-day challenges, 60-day challenges to build muscles, to build strength, or just for your lower body or do a pull up, whatever. You can get those, or you can just go on YouTube and follow any fitness content creator who create really good home workouts or who do step exercises, which I did. I don't know if you have been seeing my videos, but the day I take rest day, I use those kind of videos to pump up my heart rate, which was the bar for me. But in your case, do whatever makes you happy. If you love dancing, go for Zumba, go for aerobics, do whatever makes you happy. Go take your pet for a walk, go play with your children. Make sure that I'm going out for 15-20 minutes, spending time with them, and you're getting your workout. So this is an open field. Choose whatever suits you, but make sure you're up, walking around and being consistent and making your body move. That's all that matters. Now for water. I didn't really use any app to track how much water I'm having, but I think I was following a very good system. I used to wake up in the morning having 500 ml of water with jeera and methi seeds was non-negotiable. Then before 12 I used to have another 500 ml of water, before 3 another 500, before 6 another 500. Like that I used to reach 2 liters of water by 6. Then during workout having 1 liter of water became very normal. Now, how did I make sure drinking water was fun is I used to get those bottles of flavored water and not drink that. I used to take a bit of it and mix it with normal water just to make it a little flavorful. So that way drinking just used to feel like I'm having some beverage. And another thing which is very important, and you must have seen, get one of these bottles that labels what time and how much you should drink. Get 1 liter, don't get 2 liter, it becomes too heavy. Just get this. I started with, I've had this for a very long time, but I actually just started noticing how much I'm drinking once I started the challenge. But then after this, I degraded to a 500 ml tumbler, because having 500 ml of water is actually not difficult. Like I can just take 2 big sips and it's almost done. But having through a bottle makes you feel like it's a long journey. So, but yeah, if you are a beginner, get the bottle, it's very important for you. And then maybe you can degrade to a tumbler. So then, okay. The meditation was my favorite part of the challenge, because one, I think I was already good at it, because meditation is not something I started during this challenge. I've been doing it for a very long time. I won't even say on and off. There used to be breaks. Like I used to do some kriya or some sadhana for 2 or 3 months, take a break, then start something new. I was in a very explorative zone. Now I stick to one regime, which I don't know if it has worked or what, but I stay very centered, I stay very balanced, and it's very easy to use. So in this challenge also I use the same app, which is Sadhguru's Miracle of Mind. He launched it last year, which was I think 2025 during Shivratri. So I have followed Sadhguru for a while. I've tried his kriyas, I have followed his videos. He's my go-to person if I want to understand any concept. I've read a lot of his books, and I feel like it aligns with what I need or what I need to know. So his app the UI is very simple. simple, easy to understand. There's not a lot of videos, lot of gyan and everything. You just go, you put in if you want to meditate for 7 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, or you put it for 12 minutes, and if you feel like you can continue for another 3 minutes, it will keep going on. And it's a very simple guided meditation, and the same thing every day with a simple calendar. You also get to correct points and you can redeem those points. I still not redeem because I'm not understanding how to redeem it, but anyway, conversation for some other time. But if you don't know of Sadhguru, or you don't want to get into that space, or you feel like it might get heavy, I will recommend this app called Headspace. When I didn't start my journey, I was in a very explorative zone. I came across this app, and I would say that this app is amazing. The visuals they use, the voiceover, the quality of voice, the way they say it, the way they narrate things, even it's so child friendly also. I would urge every beginner, or even if you have progressed in your meditation journey, use this app. I have this app for sure. It's just that when I started it was free, but now I think you have to pay a bit to get a proper subscription, but it is worth it. It's also for professionals, it's for students, it has everything, and the videos they have is amazing. You can also follow them on YouTube. Like, I can't go beyond this. Go check it out yourself. And I think Headspace is another great alternative if you want to do your meditation regularly. Alright, next we come to is food. Now, because he's liking the new flowers I got. Okay, anyway, food. Did I uninstall, he's distracting me. Did I uninstall Zomato and Swiggy? No, absolutely not. Again, if you're staying alone and you don't have regular help coming to you, or your cook is a little moody or doesn't want to cook or whatever, there are days when you have to rely on delivery apps. I did use Zomato, I did use Swiggy, but I only used to order either salad or soup or any protein rich bowl or option like stuffed omelette. Like, again, I think those would be salad itself. And like on some days you can take a step back and it's absolutely fine too. Leo, you're distracting me. Leo, hey, Leo, it's made of glass. Please, I hope it doesn't fall. I am in no mood to clean it up. Leo, come down. Alright, so yeah, that's why. Do not delete the delivery apps. They are extremely helpful, but use it very mindfully. Only order healthy food. Yes, on Zomato, there is an option of healthy mode. So when you turn that on, you'll only get options from restaurant that serve. Please, do not. Please. Where was I? Yeah, there's a healthy mode option. So it shows you the calorie count in that food. Okay, fine. You want to come? You come here. It shows you the calorie count in that food, how much protein, how much carbs, and all that, your macros and everything. Of course, they might not be exact, but they are tentative. But you can still make an informed decision. And it's on Zomato. I don't think it's there on Swiggy. So you can utilize that feature if you're ordering from Zomato. Wow, too much promotion has happened. Okay, next. He has just replaced the flowers and they sit here and he sits there. I love cat energy. I'm a dog person, but I think I'm getting into cats. Just kidding. I love all animals. Okay, next, this app literally was a game changer. Okay, I am living in Bangalore. I'm living here for work. I stay away from my family, and I used to spend 2-3 hours every weekend where I wanted to rest, cutting vegetables, prepping my meals, and it takes a lot of time because I'm not very good at chopping, but I got used to it. But this app called Snappit, it offers you house help. There are women, I don't know if there are men, but there are women who you schedule the service at a convenient time, or you can get instant help. Basically, they come and do different kind of chores around your house based on whatever you want. They can clean utensils, they can broom your place, jhadu, pocha, I think laundry also, I'm not sure. And one of the services are meal preps. Okay, I think non-veg food is not allowed, but for me, chopping those vegetables was quite a pain, doing it every weekend. So once I tried it, I could not go back. And they do such a clean work. They are very quick. The rates that they have put on the apps is kind of unbelievable. I feel like they should really increase the rate, but I think it's an introductory price, so I'm not questioning that. But that app changed my life. Snappit might not be available in different cities. Like, I don't think it's there in Mumbai or Delhi or any tier 2 city. I've heard Urban Company has also started this offering. So definitely make use of it. Even if you're not doing the challenge or anything, definitely use their services. They are amazing and I am rooting for them. Table, it's back. Okay, now we have reached the last section, and the last app, the most important, the OG, is GPT. Like, how have I choosified GPT in this? And people can say whatever, it's a yes man, and it's, it just agrees with everything and all. If you use GPT the right way, it is the most amazing app and a support system you can use for this, not just challenge, like for every aspect of life. It helped me plan everything from structuring my day to breaking down my water intake to figuring out how to complete my 7K steps through the day. It helped me with very simple recipes. It supported me with understanding things that I didn't fully get or didn't understand why it was happening. It even helped me figure out what kind of rewards I can give myself, right? It kept me motivated. There were days when I just had to vent out that, weight is not decreasing, this is not happening, that is not happening, phone storage is low, what do I do? And it gave me amazing solutions. And don't give me long text and all, I don't have time to read all this. Tell me in short, what am I supposed to do? And it will tell you, right? So I think it was a great support system. And it could be GPT, it could be Gemini, it could be any other AI you use. Just use it for these things. Create different windows. I had created different windows for health. No, sorry, I had actually created a different window for this challenge, including saying that I'm going to document this journey, how to do it. It made everything very easy. Like, thank you. Those are the tools and all the apps that I use. You don't need to go for anything more, anything less. Most of them are paid subscriptions, but it's just a matter of month. Just get it. It's going to help you so much, right? Keep it simple, focus on consistency. And with that, this is the end of the video. In my next video, I'll tell you and take you through all the challenges that I faced, which I had expected, and some challenges which I had not expected. I'm going to take you to that. How did I resolve them? How did I manage my challenge? And I don't know how long this video is going to be, but if you made it till here, thank you. I'm grateful. Bye. Can you subscribe if you want to, or share it with anyone you think can find this useful. All right, for the last time. Bye.